Yes, yes. You're not tuned in to Starter General TV, aka Mr. Vagba himself, and we are in the building. You know what I mean? So apparently we got a dating app called the T app, and apparently it got leaked. I'm meaning, like I'm talking about like photos, like people's actual pictures, driver's license, and also their home addresses. You know what I mean? It's all visible. You can find it on the internet, on the web. You can search it. Crazy, right? Without further ado, let's jump straight into it.
Okay, we gotta talk about the T dating app situation. So we're gonna go over what the app is, why it was made, the whole gender war situation that it's caused, why people are getting doxxed left and right, the absolute insane psychopaths actually using this app, and the potential legal liability for a lot of the people involved. Subscribe or you become EDP 445 on the T app.
Let's up those numbers!
Okay, so quick context. Basically, there's an app called T Dating Advice that's actually #1 on the App Store in the US right now. And essentially, it's a women-only app where the purpose was to provide dating safety tools to women and sort of protect them from dangerous, creepy criminal men, right? So it's like a gossip app where you warn other, fellow women and you tell them, okay, this man is bad. I had a bad experience with him. He's a red flag. Do not date this person, right? And you just send out a warning signal to everybody else. And on the surface, it sounds like a very positive thing, right? You're protecting women. Only problem was it essentially became an app where women would just straight up dox men. So if you didn't like someone, you just...
See, here's the thing. I'm starting to really realize something. And this channel is not a red pill channel, a midtown, whatever type of channel, just a reaction channel. But like, sometimes I ain't gonna lie to you, they be having a point. Like, leave it to women to destroy their own self. You know what I mean? Like, I'm you know what's also going on right there? I'm also hearing that people are posting good men on there, right? And the women are like trying to take other women's like good men. They're also posting bad men, and they posting their bad experiences with the man that caused them those horrible experiences. And the girls are still lining up to date those type of guys. You know what I mean? So it's like, who knows? Maybe those people in the red pill might have a point. You know what I mean? They might have a point. Like, they might have a point.
Chat shit about them, you'd maybe even potentially make up lies about them. There's no way to verify any of this information, and essentially men have like no opportunity to defend themselves. Somebody can just post you on this app, call you some sort of PDF file, Epstein, EDP, like complete degenerate freak, right? And you have no opportunity to defend yourself because you're not even allowed on the app, right? Well, it turns out karma...
How is that even legal too? How is that legal?
Works in hilarious ways, and the entire user base of this app was actually doxxed, and all their pictures are circulating online right now. So, not so fun when it actually, the turbo tables get flipped and it happens to you, right? So anyways, let's just go over the whole website here. We got T dating safety tools that protect women. Use T to find verified green flag men, right? You run background checks on their marital status, convictions, okay? Identify potential catfish. Verify he's not a sex offender. Check for a criminal history. So the intentions here are supposed to be positive, warn against criminals and stuff like that. Find good men. Join a community of 1.6 million women dedicated to empowering each other. Get access to a suite of dating safety tools made for the...
I get all the safety features and everything like that, but like, really uploading a guy's like criminal past up there? Like, isn't that like infringement of people's like rights, low key? Like, I get it. Like, if you you do those things, sexual assault people and everything like that, you have to register. I get that. You have to register to let the community or whatever know that you're in this particular spot in the community. But like, yo, but other things have to be shared on there too. Like people can just share that information too. It's interesting.
The FBI girlies. That's an interesting statement. Share experiences, seek advice within a secure anonymous platform. Lovely how the women get to stay anonymous here, but the men they're talking about now, we don't give a about that shit. So here we are in the Apple App Store, 67K ratings, rated pretty high, number 1 here. So this is how it's advertised. Get the tea on your date. Does anyone have any tea on Jake, guys? Avoid dating red flag men. Oh, guys, he's actually married. He stopped texting me. Oh, he ghosted me. Chat shit about this person. In some cases, maybe true. Some cases, maybe not. Anonymous advice. Should I date Ethan? My friend saw him out with another girl. Don't date him. Don't date him. He's just busy. Ask him why only lunch. How innocent here. And definitely nobody's gonna make fun of their appearances, talk shit about them. Women never done that in their entire life, obviously. Set alerts for your man. Want a heads up anytime Jake is mentioned in your area. Right, so here we are on the About section. The reason they created it was actually a wholesome reason. Founder Sean Cook launched tea after witnessing his mother's terrifying experience with online dating, not only being catfished, but unknowingly engaging with men who had criminal records. Realizing that traditional dating apps do little to protect women, Sean knew something had to change. That's why he built tea and did nothing to protect men instead. Right, just from that short introduction, we got big problems already, right? So the women who are posting the men on these apps, these men never consented to having their pictures put here or being talked about, being advertised to all these women in the city or whatever. And also, there's the class.
So they can't get sued. They're not worried about getting sued, like, right? Like nobody's suing them. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's rated number 1. I'm sure they have some money. Like they put your picture out there without your consent, and you can't, defend yourself. I mean, that's a good case to me.
Classic argument of what if men had an app where they took non-consenting women, right? They talked about how ugly they were. They talked about how many people they slept with. Oh, don't ever consider this person as a partner. They've slept with 5 other people or something like that, right? And they called them psychos on this app, etc., etc. They made up stories about it. Obviously, instantly would be banned, wiped off the face of the earth. Most misogynistic app ever, etc., etc. And obviously, it doesn't make it okay when women do it either. Now, ideally, obviously,
you can't say that. It's all about equality, right? Right? You can't really say that. Why would he say such a thing, right?
everybody sort of uses this app perfectly, and they only talk about very heinous criminals, but obviously it's not going to be used that way. It's going to be a bunch of vengeful, petty, gossiping girls who just want to hate on men as well, and then they'll be mixed in with some people who genuinely just want to find a good partner. Anyways, turns out Muda actually made a video on it, and he goes over a couple points here, starting with how do they actually verify the claims being made here?
Now, I tried to see if this was verified anywhere. Like, does T do any form of verification on a lot of the claims that are made, or does it just outright spew whatever bullshit that anybody wants to post? Now, I checked into T's terms of services, and they said that the contents are for informational purposes only. T Dating makes no warranty whatsoever that any of this information is accurate, and does not pre-screen content uploaded by users or verify the statement of its users. Now, this is a big problem, okay? Now, dating is a very personal thing, and sometimes breakups are tough. I've broken up with plenty of women, and I'm on good terms with women. I've had women cheat on me. I have had women ghost me, all right? I've had one relationship ghost me, one cheat on me, one I'm on really good terms with, and, one that I just don't talk to, okay? And that's just, that's how relationships work, okay? Breakups can be messy. Breakups can be amicable. Breakups are just things you want to move past as soon as possible.
Well, I mean, think about it, too. When our breakups or anything positive or end on good terms, I used to think you could break up on good terms. I mean, you can at first, right? At first. But then sometimes it gets crazy, I mean? It gets crazy. Feelings get into play, jealousy get into play. Simple as that.
Possible. Now, if somebody on this application says that, oh no, does anybody have the tea on Jake? Well, Jake's really good at making martinis. His speciality is a roofie colada. Now, of course, at that point, you might be like, whoa, I better watch out for Jake. But if T is not doing its job by vetting if that information is true, whether by a court document or a police report, or I don't know how they're verifying some of these things, you can probably see that defamation, or sorry, in this case, libel, because it's written, would be a pretty serious issue.
I mean, absolutely. We got plenty of legal issues rising up here, defamation, slander, tons of problems actually here for the creators of this app as well, just for enabling this whole thing. And according to their own TOS, right, they are basically completely hands off. And considering the guy made this app to protect women, he doesn't seem to give a single shit about protecting men. And I feel like you should have it both ways there, right? And it seems like you're just going to let people post misinformation, not do a single sort of check there. And I feel
It's only going to continue to happen until somebody comes out and sue. You know what I mean? I feel like if you're a guy that been done wrong on the T app, you should just sue. I mean, it's a pretty easy case. Because it seems like anybody could get on there and say anything about any guy and make up any story, right? What if that leads to that person losing their job, you know what I mean? Or something, or losing their family over a rumor that's probably not even true. Something to think about. That's just, I don't know. Or maybe it's just, this is just one of those, how can I say, money quick type of thing. They leave it out for a little bit, make enough money, and then they just drop the app or something like that. Who knows? Who knows?
feel like the app is going to be shut down in the next few months. I don't know how the US actually works here, but this app would likely be banned in several other countries for just not complying with the protection policies, the data protection policies here. But anyways, turns out they have some cop-out terms that they've put out to try to avoid any responsibility, right?
Literally reading that you must not use the information on the service to harass, threaten, or intimidate individuals. Context and intent matter, as we allow you to post and share if it is clear that something was shared in order to condemn or draw attention to bullying or harassment. And again, is it kind of getting into harassment territories when, you have a whole network of gaggling people to fucking follow someone?
Yes, I think it's harassment. You didn't give no consent, no nothing, and your photos out there. Whether you are a good guy or a piece of crap type of guy, you didn't put your consent to be out there, and you can't even defend yourself. You can't even defend yourself.
And reported they've seen them with another woman. I mean, it's just a weird thing to do. I almost feel that if a male version of this app existed on the App Store, it would have been removed before I even got a chance to research it. But because it's like the female version of it, it's suddenly completely okay to talk about. It's trending and charting at #1. It's wild.
I mean, it's obviously harassment both ways around. It doesn't matter if men are doing it to women or women are doing it to men. It's just not okay. Also, I just love their cop-out TOS there, guys. Don't actually use this to harass men, except your entire app is about harassing men. So how is that ever going to work? And I think it's really just sad to see the state of animosity between the genders here. How many women just seemingly just hate men and vice versa. And I think this is just the consequences of social media in general just becoming more toxic. The amount of TikTok videos I've seen of them like bashing the other gender is just absolutely crazy. And I think it's just never a good thing to group.
Honestly, it's realistically the small group of people that have time on their hands to be out there bashing a gender, whether you're a guy or identify as a guy or a woman, right? Because all the people that are happy in relationships, they're not really on social media posting like that, hating on a specific gender, especially if they're in a happy relationship. But to each his own.
Everyone under one umbrella. If you ever had a bad experience, keep it to that person and maybe that community or whatever. But branding 50% of the population like that, it's never gonna end well. Then he talks about the absolutely freaky in-app purchases.
And again, phone number lookup. Here's the name, married, age, address. So you can just pull up like the doxes on entire individuals. And again, this is not new. Obviously, if you're scared of an application like T, I'm gonna kind of like I'm just straight up pull it out for you. There are things you can buy in this application. For instance, you can get a monthly subscription service. You can get T Premium, T Pro, reverse image searches, and criminal record checks for $8 a pepperoni. You want a private background check? $20. Bro, you can order private investigators on this fucking application. That's crazy. That's insane.
Can you imagine just like, look at me on my innocent little T app, you know, toodaloo, toodaloo, just gonna hire my local fucking hitman to come to your house and assassinate you. Hire my local PI to look through your window real quick, you know? What's that, an extra $20 and I can literally blow up your house? Hell yeah, sign me up, dude. Also, I find it really creepy that they're literally advertising that you can look up someone's name. I feel like that's just insane, isn't it? That's just sort of incentivizing women to be completely batshit crazy. You know, if some woman feels hurt on behalf of another one, they'll go to their house, start harassing them. You can never tell, all right? A lot of these people are completely fucking nuts. So I don't know. It's not going to be anything like.
So you putting people's like, wait, so they putting people's addresses out there too? Like, you go harass this person? Nah, that's definitely harassment then, bro. That's harassment. Hold on.
If you had a man version of this, obviously a lot of them are going to be insane, so it's not going to be any different for the woman version either. Now, it turns out they actually do have a security feature here, guys. Their elaborate defense here is that you can't actually screenshot on the app. You know, a foolproof method that prevents any kind of nefarious behavior. Protects everyone, obviously.
Now, of course, obviously, how does a man sign up for this application to verify if the claims made about him are not true? You can't, okay? So for instance, I decided I'm gonna fire up the T app. So I downloaded it, installed it on a cell phone, and the thing about this application is you can't actually record the screen or screenshot stuff, okay? So realistically, everything on T must stay on T. And of course, this is a great method, but it really is completely defeated by the other method, which is...
Yo, I was just about to bring that point up. How many of us, especially if you are American, you live in America and you have a decent job or whatever, you probably have more than one device that has a camera on there, right? You got iPads, you got a MacBook, computer, you know what I mean? Cell phones, tablets. Just because you can't take a screenshot on the device, you think people can't get the other part of the information with their other device? Yeah, this is just, oh man, silly.
Record your phone screen with another phone, and then you can do whatever you want.
No way you just did that. My greatest line of defense is gone. He got past the screenshot. Exodia, obliterate. It's invincible. It's impossible. Dude, there's no way. Are you telling me I can pull out another device? No fucking way. That's some Archimedes, Socrates, Plato, Aristotle. Dude, my brain is fucking ascended. How did he possibly think of that? There's no way any user would ever have thought of that, man. But yeah, jokes aside, what an absolutely pathetic way to say that you have some sort of a defense from, you know, this information being spread. You know, everything definitely stays on the T app, guys. Nobody's posting this shit anywhere else. That shit's about as secure as Frogan's fridge. Now, it turns out the app actually got hacked and like all of the user data was leaked, including stuff like driver's licenses. Now, the company's claiming like this data is like old or whatever, but it doesn't change the fact that a lot of people seemingly just got doxxed here. Here we are on Twitter. The driver's licenses leaked today from the T app have been uploaded to a searchable map. This may be the worst PII leak I've ever seen. And we got a map with a bunch of markers here. Download app to humiliate.
Yo, nah, that can't be true. That app pretty much got the whole entire United States. Damn.
Men, upload license ID since the Cirrus app requires identity verification. Vibe coded app gets hacked. Get exposed as the massive whale you are. That's crazy. Hacked in this case means public folder available to the entire internet with zero obfuscation or security. Right, so then he talks about the leaks.
Because apparently the application got completely hacked by a few 4chaners, dude. driver's licenses and face pics, get in here before they shut it down. And of course, they appear to show a bunch of these women's driver's licenses, which is a pretty massive privacy risk right over here. I don't have to really say that for it to be obvious. The T-App uploads all user verification submissions to a public Firebase storage bucket with the prefix attachments. So they give a URL. Yes, if you send T-App your face and driver's license, they doxed you publicly. No authentication, no nothing. It's a public bucket. So yes, this user is in fact absolutely right, because this is not a hack. And for a lot of people that were looking into this, they had found that, yes, by putting in that URL, you absolutely could find attachment files. And users in this situation did go out of their way to write entire Python scripts to effectively scrape this page. And now there's like a torrent floating around. There's just an entire batch of images floating around of these women's faces, possibly their actual personally identifiable information.
Right, so I'm not gonna show the pictures floating around here, obviously, but as you can guess, we're looking at about 5,000 froggens in the mix, all right? We got some XXXX triple XL, all right? So exactly the type of people you'd expect, and it's every single time, right? In all of these situations,
So it wasn't even the baddies hating on us. It was the ones that don't even get the men. You know what I mean? That is crazy. And this is what I mean, bro. Well, sis, whoever's watching this video, right? But like, yo, it be the people that like, yo, that don't get no play at all, that be having the most hateful things to say. Cause to me, I can't understand why, if you're just enjoying your life, you know what I mean, happy, would take the time out of your life to just try to ruin somebody's life on an app. It is crazy to me. But let's get straight back into it.
who's doing the disgusting, degenerate doxing, who's behind that anonymous Reddit account threatening to kill someone, who's behind the Twitter account harassing someone for a decade, who's that random Discord mod. Yes, every single time it's some 40-year-old unemployed troglodyte freak, every single time. And even in this case, who are the people doxing men, harassing them? Some flippin' middle-aged losers. And is anybody actually surprised by this information? Absolutely not. It just seemingly lines up like the stars align.
Honestly, not now knowing that, I'm kind of less mad about it. You feel me? Like, it's not even the Jones, I'm assuming, right? Like, this is crazy though. That's just crazy. Why do they do that? And why do they have so much time on their hands?
Line in the universe, you know? Anyways, this next part, he talks about how this app would actually be illegal in the EU because of the data regulation policies there, and nobody really knows why it's allowed in America. It still seems pretty fucking illegal. I don't know, just allowing people to dox people left and right and just you know, defame them on a regular basis, commit libel or whatever. But yeah, maybe it'll be taken down soon. We'll see.
So there's just a lot of doxing going on. This whole app is a fucking GDPR nightmare, which is one of the reasons why I think it's only in the United States as of now. If this was an issue in like Europe or Canada, where privacy laws, at least in Europe, are a lot more strict, this would absolutely put the developers of this application in the fucking crosshairs.
But anyways, I wanted to check out some of the reviews and the actual like psychos on this app, right? We got Tiny Girls Gang Mama. Interesting name. Finally an app for the girl's girl. I was skeptical when I first heard this app. I was in one of the various Are We Dating the Same Guy Facebook groups. I tried it out when you got frustrated with Beyond making a post anonymously, not being able to comment on others with revealing your identity. So shocked to report everything this app claims to be truly what it is. You can't screenshot. No one can find your identity. It's open to space for women. No one can find your identity. Interesting, you're so concerned with that, but you don't give a shit about all the men being posted on this app. Literally the entire point of this goddamn app. Like, the hypocrisy is just insane. I initially was concerned it would turn into a high school mean girl situation and it could get ugly fast. It did. However, I was happy to see women uplifting others and not character assassinating men out of jealousy or spite. How do you know this? You have no way to verify. Like, if a bunch of men are being slandered on the app, how do you know? You don't know these men personally, right? So how would you even know if it was slander or not? The only reason we can say that is because of the sheer amount of people on that app who are being talked about, it's likely that a lot of them are being slandered, and a bunch of people are also coming out with videos saying that, hey, you know, that they're falsely talking about me, you know, we had a bad relationship, etc., happen, and that's why they went and did this shit. I feel like in this digital dating era, an app like this has been long overdue. Women have used it as a safety tool, not a gossip platform. Are you a paid review? What the heck is this? Kudos to the strong, brave women. So strong and brave to gossip about men. There's nothing more strong and independent and feminist than spending all your time gossiping about other men. Creating the safe space. It's just a safe space for everybody but men, of course. We got Shy Nikki, the streets is talking. That emoji. Okay, so boom, I tried the T app. Love the idea of it. It's basically Yelp for exes. You get to see what the person you're thinking about matching with. It's a game changer for girls who are done wasting time on smooth talking liabilities. What's it's giving? Real feedback from people. Is this ChatGPT? Like, why wasn't this around during my toxic era? So, okay, you can't be serious. So you're allowed to...
Honestly, like, this is just, how can I say this? We're gonna keep it simple. I mean, we're just gonna keep it simple. First thing first. This app is definitely a liability. Yeah, I mean, it's like they said, it's the people we expect to be hating, you know, the people that are unhappy. But I just want to give people advice out there. You know what I mean? If you're in a relationship, don't go look for your significant other on there. You might see something you don't want to see. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But let me know what you guys actually think about this in the comment section. You know what I mean? And I don't want no female that be watching this video think we are part of the gender wars or whatever. We hating on women. You know what I mean?